So this rubric allows you to edit scores or enter scores for a group or individual. With all my rubrics, though, you need to go File, make a copy first so that you can edit it. Otherwise, you can't edit it. So make a copy for your own purposes, and you can rename that file whatever you like. But for now, we're just going to enter a group number. Say it's group 2, and the group members might be John and Zoe. Okay, and you could do it for individual students, or you can do it for groups. It's up to you. Sometimes it's a bit tricky to give a score to a group when some kids might be stronger than others in a group. But anyway, let's assume they've done well together. Understanding and comprehension of the questions asked, you can give them a X in any of these boxes. So the first three, the best three outcomes there, there's quite a large scope for scores, but down here you can just put an X in there and an X in there. Let's just say we put below expectations there. This is the expected level of achievement. So you might say attention to details, you can whack an X in there, you can put an X in here, put an X in there, maybe put one here, one here. I'm just using the keyboard. Just put one X in each yellow line, and then you can edit these to whatever you like. Yeah, you can just add an X to each row here according to how well you think they're going, just one in X in each line. And it will give them a letter grade. Letter grade's based on all these boxes here. This is more a subjective kind of non-scoring kind of area. But the letter grade calculated automatically because they've got 72%. My scale says that a 72% gives them a B+. So if you, maybe we'll get rid of this one and we put one over here, you'll see the letter grade goes up to, well, it's still a B+ because it's 79% now, but we could just move one of these over here, and now you'll see that it's 80%, which is an A. Now, if you're not happy with the scale, you can go over here and you can adjust the scale to whatever you like. So these are minimum scores for each. So if a student scores like 55 or 45, 54 and a half, they get a D. If they scored 80% here, so 80% is above that, so they got an A. So these are the minimum scores, and these should be in chronological order, descending. And you could, instead of having letter grades, you could even put words in here. So you could say something like amazing. Okay, and then that grade becomes amazing. If we change that to good, then so now if they get a score that's a B+, we could maybe move one of these down a little bit so it's less than, that's still amazing. Good, that says good. So you can, doesn't have to be a letter grade. I've got default letter grades in there, but you can change them to any words you like, and you can change the scale to anything you like as long as you've got a 10-point scale here. So it must be 10 points. In other words, don't try and add any more rows, and it works better if you have exactly 10. If you want to change the effort score, you can just tap on that and then use the arrow keys or your finger to drag that across the screen. So that's kind of just a subjective estimation of their effort. Okay. And that's about it. Once you've filled out the score for a kid, what I would do is I would give them a screenshot. So I'd, on a Mac, you just press Command-Shift-4 and just highlight an area, and then take your finger off the mouse and it will screenshot the area. And, print screen on a PC will do the same thing. So you can send them a screenshot of their score, or you could email it to them. Or you could print it out, or you could just show it to them on your computer. Yeah, I wouldn't share this spreadsheet with them though, because they'll be able to edit the scores. I hope that's helpful and useful. I reckon it's pretty awesome. What you could do for the next student, you could just delete the scores, or you could go File, Save As, and save a copy for each child if you wanted to. or you could even, down the bottom of the screen, you could duplicate the worksheet so you end up with one file with everyone's worksheets at the very bottom. So down here you can go duplicate, John and Zoe, and then you could duplicate again, and you can have Pete and Sally, and so forth. So you could have individual kids across the bottom here, and then you could still just print screen them all at the end. I reckon that's the go. You can edit the character list too. So down here, there's heaps of character traits that you can have. If you really want to get into this, you can select different characters here, and they're basically all typed into this section here. Edit this any way you like, but it's pretty good as it is, I reckon. But you could change it completely so that you've got different things here, different character strengths. You could even change the definitions of the character strengths, and you could change these too if you want. It's all basically in that sheet at the bottom, so you can edit these to whatever you like. Okay, so that's it. That's my rubric.